to stop it right now and say that vo, da da vo, vo. It's like if you've ever been to see a fireworks show and you got the mortar right by you, vo. That's like what I like. I can feel it from the floor and everything.
Yeah, it's coming like a percussion.
Yeah. You guys are not going to be able to probably hear this on YouTube, but the whole frequency response and the dynamic hit of this are next level. You know, it is full tilt boogie in every way imaginable. It's a limitless rig. We're not going to push it to its limit because, you know, we'll hurt our ears. But, I mean, it is so enjoyable. As I sit here, it's feeding me. Again, it's like having the energy batteries charged up. When you get into a rig like this, all it does is it's just like juices you up. It feeds you energy. It's crazy. I'm going to continue on.
Going down.
Checkers and dice, rule the back of the room, Cisco eyes. Sometimes I wonder why I spend the lonely night dreaming of a song, the melody haunts my reverie, and I am once again with you. When our love was new, and each kiss an inspiration, but that was long ago, and now my consolation
He's it's too much. Oh, poor guy. He's it's too much. Oh, poor guy. What's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
This is quite the rig you got here, man.
Yeah, it came together.
Yeah. We've been sitting here jamming, kicking some booty. Had some kick-ass shrimp tacos, and we've been hanging out and enjoying the rig. So tell us, man. I mean, how is your after buying this? Right? We talked years ago, and you said, "What's the best system you can think of you could recommend?" And this was the system I recommended, and you went ahead and got it. So how do you feel now that you have it?
Yeah, well, Yeah, we called and I wanted to get I heard the other amplifier from the individual you bought in, I think in Pasadena on the JBLs.
Yep.
I'm not a big fan of JBLs, heard them many times, and I thought, man, those things sound better than I've ever heard them.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I attribute it to the playback design, and I did a little bit of research on playback design and how he kind of is an innovator. So I decided to pull the trigger on the electronics. At the time, I had a Focal Maestros, and I was playing them on Luxman and Lumens, Luxman amps, Lumen digital system, which is a pretty mellow. They're pretty mellow system. It's on the warm side.
Yep.
And it helped the Focals considerably having that, because Focals are kind of bright. Mm-hmm. But the Maestros also they can dip into the 1 ohm and they can just torture amps, and the Luxman, just the M10s just weren't gonna work. You could just tell it just didn't have the tactile feel that you need. That I was looking for. So the playback design came in, and you got a tactile feel with it. There's no doubt that those Focals just woke up, and they literally became violent. They punch you.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I think playback design is much more neutral in its presentation. So it brought out all the brightness back out into the Focals, and
sure.
You can only listen to them for about an hour, and then you just had to turn them off.
Too fatiguing. Yeah.
So I already knew when I was talking to you about this system that I wanted to go with the TADs. I'm a big purveyor of speaker manufacturers that actually build all their drivers and build their cabinets. And if you're going to pay that kind of money, I think I'd like to have somebody that does all of it.
Custom drivers, yeah.
Yep. And I understand Focal does the same thing, but they're on a different level. And I always like the way TADs sound. So I talked to you about playback and TAD. I know that you're more into getting a bigger value for your money, which I think is great. I don't think I don't think that's really the mantra of very many dealers.
Sure.
But TAD, I do think bring a tremendous amount of value depending on what you're looking for, because I think they literally take the lunch money away from speakers that are twice as much.
For sure.
And I believe this in my heart, because I've heard a lot of systems. I've heard them at dealers, so treated dealer rooms. I've heard them in shows, and I understand shows are not the best way to hear a system, but I have heard them in dealer treated rooms. And Estelons, this thing just steals the lunch money out of Estelons. It kills Area Surratt. It destroys Borisons. In my opinion, one for one, when you're listening to it, this is way more natural sound. And so, and you just go down the list, and like when you talk about Wilsons do a good job in one seating position if they are, tuned to your frequency and your height and everything. Mm-hmm. Once you get anywhere out of that, they lose their composure. And so this system to me is the best sounding system I've ever heard. Now yep. I'm willing to listen to other systems, and I will, but I get that I'm a bit biased, but this system just, to me, there's nothing that sounds like it, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely Ring of Honor. Whatever we're calling it, we're gonna call it Ring of Honor or like something like that. Ring of, I think that's it. Ring of Honor.
And as you can see, this room is not.
No,
the best room.
No. As you guys can see, we're looking in this room, and but we definitely, it works in here, but this is a wide open, big room here. And
it's got many functions.
It's got many functions. Yes, exactly. And then the audio system's over here. So you can see, some people think you have to have a perfect room, but really when you buy the system, the better the system is, the better it deals with rooms that are not totally perfect. We did tune it. We brought it a little in. When I came here, it was a little different setup. And, my job when I sell a system like this is to come and make sure that the client is getting 100% of what it can do. And I think absolutely at this point, we're at 100% of what it can do.
It sounds much better after you came in, for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't embarrass myself with what I set up, but no, it's and at some point, we'd like to, build an audio room, which this can only, to me, get better. So
Sure.
but no, I mean, this system is
It's killing it right now.
And my favorite part of the system is really that it's simple.
Yes.
You look at a lot of systems and they have just so many pieces, and this does this and this and this. This is 3 pieces and the speakers, and that's it. And I just love that part of it, that it's just a simple system,
Yep.
and it plays better than anything I've ever listened to.
Yeah.
But I am open-minded.
Yeah?
I'm hoping that there's something out there. I will say.
You come and listen to the Big Fishers at my place?
I definitely going to come
Yeah.
out and look at the Big Fishers.
Wait until I get my playback amps.
And
Yeah, because I'm sitting here going, oh, dude, I need one of these. Trust me, you guys, if there was one of these available, it would be in my room tomorrow. I would buy it instantly, but I sold out of them, and they're working on other projects right now in their channel. So I will not be able to get some of these for a little while, but there's other things in the pipeline that are coming up that are going to be pretty great. So
you better bring it.
yeah, I know, dude.
I'll judge
You're a
it.
tough act to follow, brother.
judge it, that's for
Holy
sure.
shit, you just set the bar for me, man.
Hey.
Yeah, but hey, that was what I suggested. He said, "What's the best thing you could recommend?" And this was it. And he said, "All right, I'm doing it." And then first, I guess the first thing was, let's not sell the focals. Let's see if we can save the focals by putting in some real kick-ass front end stuff. So we didn't jump all in, but the focals just didn't quite cut it. So
Honestly, the focals sounded great. They sounded good with the Luxman.
Yes.
They really did. They're a good system. You got to match your speakers to what you're running, and focals, being that they have a signature.
Yep.
You need to. Needs to be part of your system. And I've never talked bad about a Luxman system amps. I think they're great.
Yeah.
But they don't hit anywhere near what this thing's doing. I mean, they just can't. They just don't have. You'd have to.
Yeah,
I don't know how many amplifiers you'd have to buy of theirs and tie them. But
you did the math on this amp. Would you say it's 2.3 horsepower?
Well, it's
something like that.
A horsepower is 746 watts, and this thing's putting out 1600.
1600, so 2.1, something like that.
Horsepower that's coming out of this thing. So.
Yeah, that's pretty fantastic. But I mean, and again, these speakers, man, there is no need for subwoofers at all. We're getting such tight, beautiful bass in here. It's intoxicating, quite honestly. The more I sit here, the more I just don't want to leave. And we're trying all sorts of different music, and it's just so fun. And just it's the greatest. So, anyways. All right, well, thanks so much for having us, Dave. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for coming.
Okay, you bet, man. See you.
See you.